What's up, guys? We're back this week with another special Halloween episode of the A Game.
And I love the costume, Austin. Ray Lewis, good choice, good choice. But join us this week as we recap App State sports, and don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Snapchat at the A Game Sports for weekly updates on Mountaineer sporting news and all the latest on said action.
This week on Mountaineer Spotlight, Marnie Bond interviews men's basketball head coach Dustin Kearns.
I'm Gray Salter.
And I'm Austin Lopp.
And this is
the A Game. Ranked and still unbeaten, number 20 App State shut down South Alabama's offense in a 30-3 victory that kept them alone atop the Sun Belt Conference standings. Late in the third quarter, the defense for App State had allowed just 43 yards on 32 plays from South Alabama. Elia Dirasoba recovered a fumble, Demetrius Taylor blocked a field goal, and the Mountaineers recorded 3 sacks as they limited the Jaguars to just 139 yards of total offense for the game.
App State officially recorded 11 3-and-outs on defense, but 10 times in the first 11 chances and 13 times overall, the Mountaineers needed 3 plays or less to force a punting situation or a turnover once South Alabama's offense took the field. A roughing the punter penalty officially wiped out one 3-and-out stand, but the Jaguars had to punt just 3 plays later. Offensively, App State's Marcus Williams Jr. scored once while rushing for 94 yards on 11 carries, and true freshman Raquan Anderson came in late to add 99 yards on 4 carries thanks to a 67-yard touchdown. Zach Thomas's 132 passing yards included a 19-yard touchdown to Thomas Hennigan, who had 6 catches, and Malik Williams had 3 early third-down conversions.
The Mountaineers totaled 445 yards of offense, including 313 on the ground and a turnover-free effort. The Jaguars totaled 19 plays for 2 yards on their first 6 possessions, with the lone first down coming on the roughing penalty following Ryan Huff's tackle for a third down loss of 5 yards. South Alabama's first chain-moving offensive play occurred in the final minute of the first half, and App State went into the break with a 203-23-yard advantage in yards gained. Williams' first 3 catches were third down conversions, including a 12-yard gain to prolong App State's first scoring drive. 3 plays later, with 7 minutes and 6 seconds left in the first quarter, Thomas threw a touchdown pass to Hennigan to give the Mountaineers the lead for good.
The Mountaineers moved ahead 20-0 midway through the third quarter thanks to a 3-yard touchdown from Williams Jr., who set up the score with gains of 20 and 35 yards. South Alabama made a quarterback switch at that point, with its offense having gained 35 yards on 29 plays. And another 3-and-out series preceded Staten's season-long field goal of 46 yards. Jalen Virgil's 21-yard rush and Thomas's 29-yard keeper put App State in scoring range on that drive. App State prolonged its shutout bid when Taylor blocked a 32-yard field goal early in the third quarter, giving him 2 blocks this season and his team an FBS leading 5 this year. After South Alabama broke through with a 37-yard field goal in the closing minutes, Anderson broke loose for his first career touchdown on his second carry of the game. The Mountaineers returned to action Thursday with a home game against Georgia Southern.
All right, Grace, so obviously another huge win for the Mountaineers this week, 30-3 win versus South Alabama. App State has won handedly, but they did have 10 penalties for 85 yards. That's something that obviously is going to need to get fixed in these next upcoming games that are a lot bigger than what we just did. But Coach Drink improves to 7-0, passing Nick Saban's 6-0 record, where he lost his 7th game when he was at Toledo. So that's a pretty cool thing to know that we've got a coach who has a really good start to his career. And App State improves and moves to 20th in the Coaches Poll and in the AP poll, so he cracked the top 20. So what are some things offensively that you saw that you think you should bring up?
Well, the offense, they put up 30 points this week. Not a bad showing. The offense has put up 30 or more points in 6 of 7 games this season. So that's kind of the norm for them. It seems like they're averaging 41 points per game. But as you mentioned, the penalties were a big deal for the App State offense in this game, certainly made their mark on the game. But still, 445 total yards of offense for App State. That's huge numbers for them. 313 on the ground. They had 5 rushers rush for 30 or more yards. So they've got a lot of guys who can get it done. Obviously, Williams Jr. had 94 yards in that touchdown. Anderson also had the 99 yards and a touchdown himself. So just so many guys getting it done for App State, especially in the backfield. Zach Thomas didn't have his best day. Not a bad day, though. Had 134 yards passing, a touchdown on 16 of 28, so a good day for Zach Thomas. Overall, the offense did enough and won the football game for him.
Absolutely. It's definitely good to see that if Zach doesn't have the most amazing Heisman day ever, we can still spread the ball out. We've got rushers that can take care of it, and we can still score. But the defense was a real story this week. USA was 1 for 15 on third down conversions, only 139 total yards. They didn't break 100 yards in passing or rushing. They had 87 rushing and 52 passing. 2.7 yards per pass for USA with only 6 completions. Absolute lockdown by the defense. Their longest plays were 30 yards and 14 yards. That's just, you can't get much more dominant than that. We walked into their house and our defense did exactly what they needed to do. We got 3 sacks and 7 tackles for a loss as a team. So this defense is showing that no matter what, they're here to play week in, week out, no matter who the competitor is. Now it's time to look to the future. We got Georgia Southern on Thursday, and then we've got South Carolina in a couple weeks. It's time for the defense to show that they're ready to play against those big names.
Absolutely. I mean, stifling stuff against South Alabama. But South Alabama going into this game was 1-6. Not a team that really anybody expected to have a chance against the Mountaineers for the most part. So App State moving forward, that defense has to continue to play well. And this Georgia Southern team has been a test for App State in the past. They're 4-3 this year, their record. They're coming off of a 41-7 blowout win against New Mexico State. So they're coming into this game with a lot of confidence and a really good showing in the last one. You also think about last season, Austin. Last season, Appalachian State gets put into the top 25 for the first time in program history. They get ranked 25th. 4 days later on a Thursday night game, Georgia Southern goes and beats Appalachian State. There were some factors within that game that maybe plagued App State in that loss. Jordan Fair got ejected from the game on the very first defensive series for a rather questionable targeting call, in my opinion. And then Zach Thomas goes down in the first series as well with an injury. Jalen Moore had broken his leg just weeks before that. So a lot of factors going into that loss for App State. But still, Georgia Southern has shown they can compete with the Mountaineers, not an opponent to take lightly.
Absolutely. This is going to be a very, very interesting game because I don't think there's anybody last year that didn't end the season, no matter how well it went, with a terrible taste in their mouth about that Georgia Southern loss. I mean, we all App State fans, that's what you want. You want that Georgia Southern win. It's at home this week.
Yep.
It's on Halloween.
Yep.
We all know we're going to be there. It's going to be a great game. But so with App State at 20th now, there's a couple interesting games that show that we could move up. We've got a little bit of a better opponent this week, so we'll get some better recognition. Virginia Tech, if they beat Notre Dame, that would be huge. Washington State, if they beat number 9 Utah 7-1. Washington State lost to Oregon on a field goal last night, so they're playing some great football. And Memphis, number 24, plays SMU. So the question kind of being, would the one-loss Memphis beating SMU, do you think that they would pass App State this week if that were to happen?
Yeah, I had my eye on that game in particular because SMU being at 16, if they drop a game, that is a big call for maybe App State to jump in the rankings, potentially pass SMU as another Group of 5 team. The thing is Memphis as another Group of 5 team beating SMU, who's ranked in the top 25, does that propel them past App State? In my opinion, I don't think so. That they would have to drop, or they would have to pass 5 rankings up to pass App State, and that's if Appalachian State beat Georgia Southern and didn't move at all from their 20 spot. So if Memphis were to beat SMU at 16, Appalachian State definitely would slide up from that at 20, and then Memphis would have to pass several ranks after that in order to move ahead of the Mountaineers. So I think if you're a Mountaineer fan this weekend, you're going to also be a Memphis Tiger fan. You're going to want them to take down the Mustangs in this game.
Absolutely. That would be huge for us. And I think this year is very interesting with the Group of 5 teams that are in the top 25, the way that we're all competing, because you can't really pick out who's the best. App State's playing maybe in one of the lower conferences with the Sun Belt being not as competitive, but they're showing that they have the talent.
Sure.
So that's what it's mostly based on. So
Yeah.
it could get really interesting.
Absolutely. And I mean, you could talk about Memphis, Cincinnati you can throw into that mix. Definitely some Group of 5s all competing with each other. So this weekend is definitely a time to have your eye on that. But after the break, we'll head to Marnie Bond for this week's Mountaineer Spotlight with men's head basketball coach Dustin Kearns. Stay tuned.
They call me Prince like I'm royalty or something. But the places I've lived ain't no palaces. So I don't need grilled salmon or a new scratching post. Just give me a cardboard box and a can of tuna and we're good. You can even change my name. I'm cool being the kitty formerly known as Prince.
So I know the basketball season's just now starting up. What are you most excited for?
Really just excited to be at App State. This is a tremendous place. The community, the support on campus, the students, the faculty. Really just excited to continue and try to enhance the App State brand with our team and continue to what has been a great sports season so far for App State.
So what are some of the challenges that you guys faced last season that you're going to improve on for this season?
Well, certainly I think the first thing is the win-loss category. We want to improve that. I think we want to really play as a team. I know that sounds cliche-ish, but getting our players and team to play for one another and play for something bigger than themselves is certainly a goal for mine. We don't really want to put a goal on wins and losses. We want to put a goal on playing the right way, playing for one another, and putting a product that makes App State Nation very proud.
So how do you think these new players that you've added to the team are adjusting and going to help out?
Well, it's a process, and I think that anytime an 18-year-old kid comes to college, on and off the court, academically, socially, basketball-wise, it's a lot of new. And certainly with a new coach and a new staff, it's a lot of new for a lot of people. But now after a few months, they're certainly adjusting, but they're high character guys and guys that we're really excited about and hopefully will help us on the court.
So I know coaching can be stressful. How do you find time to relax and just focus on yourself, family, the team?
Well, I think when you've got a strong, foundation at home, I've got a, beautiful wife and 2 kids that, always give me perspective. But I think that in coaching, being a head coach can be very lonely sometimes. Certainly you're on an island and you've got a lot of people to interact with within your own organization. And finding time to read, make myself improve, try to develop myself in a better way to be a better coach, but also try to be the best husband and dad I can be. I'm not trying to be in the coaching Hall of Fame. I want to be in the dad Hall of Fame, and certainly, finding time to be involved with my kids and their activities and my wife, that certainly helps me become a better coach.
As a coach to this team of young players, what are you going to teach them to prepare for life off the court after they graduate?
Well, it's bigger than basketball, and so we certainly we spend a lot of time giving them a perspective, giving them other inspirations, maybe some other athletes or successful people in life that have gone through challenges, that have gone through ups and downs. Everyone has good days and bad days, and it's how you respond to those. And so if some of our players, want to go on to be in med school or business school or own their own business, it's a very competitive environment there too. And trying to teach them that there's no way they can do it alone. They've got to rely on other people. And just know whatever field they want to go into or whatever they want to do, it's going to be competitive, but being able to respond and be consistent and build good habits. I think good habits are just as hard to break as bad ones. And trying to teach them those life lessons that are applicable on the court, but certainly beyond basketball and in life.
What have you learned from coaching about yourself or just in life in general?
Yeah. Once again, I've just learned that you're going to get it done by a lot of people. I've got a tremendous coaching staff, a great support staff. I think, leadership and alignment are critical. And with Chancellor Everts and Doug Gillen, it starts at the top. We've got great leadership here at this university. We've got great alignment and learning that in coaching, it takes a village. It truly takes a team too, and fortunate to have a great staff and great people around me to help.
That's awesome. I know your first game is next Tuesday against Michigan. Good luck with that. Thank you for taking the time to sit down and talk to me.
Thanks a lot. Go Mountaineers.
Back to you guys at the station.
App State volleyball dropped a 3-2 contest to Sunbelt West Division leader Texas State on Sunday afternoon. App State used an early 3-0 run in the first set to take a 12-10 lead. Leading 14-13, the Mountaineers went on an 8-1 run to take a 22-14 lead and went on to win the frame 25-16. App State opened a 21-16 lead late in the second set, before Texas State scored 4 straight points to trim the black and gold lead to 21-20. The Mountaineers won the next 2 points, but the Bobcats came right back with 4 of the next 5 points to knot the score at 24-all. App State came right back with a kill from Emma Longley and block assist from Anya Giger and Anna Kincaid to clinch the set 26-24 and take a 2-0 lead. In the 5th set, a kill from Longley and block assists by Kara Spicer and Longley tied the score at 4-4 in the early going. The teams exchanged the next few points of the kill from Longley, gave the Mountaineers a match point at 14-13. From there, Texas State used a kill and a pair of Mountaineer attack errors to clinch the set 16-14 and a 3-2 victory. Longley paced the Mountaineers with 16 kills and also moved into 9th place in program history in kills during the contest. Grace Morrison had 8 kills and 7 total blocks, and Spicer chipped in with 7 kills. Lesher finished with a team-high 20 assists to go along with 5 digs. Sam Bickley had 18 assists and 5 digs. Emma Riley finished with a match-high 17 digs, and Sydney Farthing tallied 9. The Mountaineers will hit the road for 4 consecutive Sunbelt East Division matches beginning on Friday at 7:30 p.m. at Troy.
The Appalachian State men's soccer team took a 4-0 loss to Penn State Friday night. With the win, Penn State moves to 9-2-3, while the Mountaineers fall to 9-4-1. The Nittany Lions used a goal in the first half and 3 in the second to take the win. Liam Butts had the game winner in the first half, followed by Joshua DeBora, Aaron Malloy, and Daniel Gonzalez's goals in the second half. Mayola Kenyua led the Mountaineers in shots with 2. Myson Darden, Kellen Swells, and Austin Hill also added a shot. Kenyua had the App's best chance in the first half, but missed just over the crossbar. Swells had a solid attempt in the second half that was blocked by the Penn State defender. In goal, redshirt freshman Jacob Madden made 4 saves on the night for App State. The Mountaineers returned to the field on Tuesday, making the trip to Chapel Hill for a 7 p.m. matchup against North Carolina.
App State women's soccer fell to Georgia State in the regular season finale 2-1 at the GSU complex this Sunday. Trailing 2-0 late in the contest, the Mountaineers sliced the deficit to 1 score when Kristen Brown tallied her team-high 7th assist of the season to Ava Dawson in the 85th minute. The goal gives Dawson a team-leading 5 goals on the year. Brown attempted a shot on goal in the 89th minute, looking to tie up the contest, but Kenda Clark came up with the save to keep the Panthers' lead. Carrie Eagleston made a pair of saves in 90 minutes of action. App State struggled on offense early in the match as Amber Anderson's shot that went right of the post was the only attempt in the first half. 7 of the App's shots and all 3 shots on goal came in the final 14 minutes of the contest. Georgia State's Jimena Cabrero scored in the first 12 minutes of the game, while Brooke Shank gave the hosts a 2-0 lead in the second half. App State ends the season with a 5-10-3 mark.
App State field hockey suffered a 5-0 defeat to number 20 Wake Forest on Sunday afternoon at Kentner Stadium. App State trailed by just a single goal entering the break, allowing only 5 shot attempts in the first half to the Demon Deacons. Sophomore Friedrich Stegen delivered one of Appalachian's best chances on the afternoon in the third period, darting through the middle of the circle and blasting a shot off of the right glove of the Wake Forest goalkeeper. The Mountaineers also earned a penalty corner in the fourth quarter after an original shot on goal from sophomore Sydney Lee. Junior Megan Smart fired a shot on goal on the ensuing penalty corner attempt. App State tallied 4 shots on goal with attempts from Stegen, Lee, Smart, and freshman Carly Kiosho. The Deacons grabbed a 1-0 lead in the 13th minute with a goal off of a penalty corner. Wake Forest tallied 5 penalty corner attempts in the first 30 minutes. The Deacons extended their lead to 2-0 just a minute into the second half with a penalty stroke score from Alexis Grippo. Wake Forest then tackled on 3 goals in the final 16 minutes to push its lead to 5-0. App State finishes its 2019 non-conference schedule with an 8-3 record, winning in the first 6 games against non-conference opponents. The Mountaineers conclude the regular season at Ball State on Friday at 3 p.m.
After the break, we head to campus to find out your thoughts on the Mountaineers' win against South Alabama in this week's Q&A game.
Honorary Forest Ranger Betty White here, lending a hand to my dear friend Smokey Bear. Because for 75 years, he's only said,
only you can prevent wildfires.
But there's a lot more to say. Like if you park your car on tall, dry grass, the hot exhaust pipe can start a wildfire. So keep the animals safe, especially the cute shirtless one. Go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
Welcome to the Q&A game. I am your host, Shaheen, and I'm standing here with Kate. Now, Kate, of course, this upcoming Thursday, App State is hosting Georgia Southern. Do you give them any chance to win a game against us?
Absolutely not.
Not a chance at all. Not a slim.
Hey, we're ranked number 20, and we're not going to be pushed down from that.
No, I think we're going to come out and smack them.
Blowout.
Oh, yeah.
I hope not. I don't think so. I think we'll keep the streak going.
They will not beat us.
Not the slightest chance.
No.
we just that good, right?
Yeah, no, we're very good. We're the best, yeah.
No, there's no way they're going to beat us.
No, not really. I think we're going to win.
Absolutely.
So they're going to beat us.
Oh, I thought you said, are you going to be there? Oh, my God.
No, we're definitely going to win.
I don't know much about football, but go App.
No way.
No way.
No.
Not a slight chance.
No, sir.
Not even a touchdown.
I don't think so.
No, not at all.
Not the slightest chance.
No, absolutely not.
Blowout.
Yes, for sure. They might score a few, but they're not going to beat us.
I don't think so, especially since we're at home and everyone's healthy on a Halloween game. I think we're going to definitely win.
Not really. I think we're going to win. I'm not worried about it.
I think as long as we don't get the rank 20 in our heads, I think we have a pretty solid chance. I know the past couple of games we've always just fell short to Georgia Southern, but I think we have a good chance this time. They've been pretty inconsistent lately, so I think we have a good chance of actually pulling out the win. It's probably going to be a close game for sure, but definitely.
I think after last year and with it being Halloween night, just the energies, no way they'll beat us.
Realistically, no. It is on Halloween, so you never know what can happen. But I think our defense has played significantly better compared to the beginning of the season, and so Zach Thomas is going to shut them down, man. It's going to be a good game.
Now, of course, the game is played on Halloween, so you plan on dressing up as any characters for Halloween?
I'm actually thinking about going as not a character, but a twister board. Oh, yeah.
That's different. That's different.
It's unique. It's what I was going for.
Well, it's a blackout, so I thought I was going to wear all black, but now I'm thinking I might be Finding Nemo.
Finding Nemo? Interesting.
No, not Finding Nemo. That is a movie.
Nothing specific. I think I'm just going to be a dead person and see how that goes. I feel like it's a cop-out, but...
Yes, my friend and I are going as Christine and Phantom from Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah, Iron Man. Yeah, Iron Man.
Yeah, I was actually planning on going dressed up as a witch.
Probably. I kind of want to be a Visco girl.
I've been Harry Potter for the past 5 years. Just gonna keep it simple.
I think I'm going to actually go as twins with my girlfriend, so yeah, it should be interesting.
I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do for Halloween.
I don't know. There's this one meme that, the Bratz doll, and she goes like the ew. I think I might buy a blonde wig and put a bunch of makeup on and just say that constantly.
I have this big witch's hat, these colorful purple and black socks, and arm sleeves that are also socks, but I turned them into sleeves.
I'm going to be a ninja, which addresses the blackout, but I will still be in costume, so it'll be fun.
The Flash.
Flash?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome, man. Thank you for your time. Back to the studio.
And now it's time for our Player of the Week. This week we're giving a special little shout out to App State men's basketball alumni Ronchad Shabazz, who was selected with the 13th overall pick by the College Park Skyhawks in the NBA G League draft on Saturday.
A three-time All-Sun Belt honoree, Shabazz etched his name into the record books here at App State. He is just one of two players in program history to score 2,000 career points, totaling 2,067, which ranks second all-time. He also holds the program record for career field goals made with 712 and ranks third in career three-pointers made with 269. He's also tied for third in games played with 126.
During the 2018-19 season, Shabazz led the team in scoring at 18.3 points and in assists with 75. He scored a total of 586 points during the season and is the only player in program history to score 500 or more points in 3 separate seasons.
On February 28th at ULM, he had a game for the ages, scoring a career-high 47 points on a career-high 17 made field goals and a program record-tying 10 three-pointers made. The scoring output was also the highest scoring game in Sun Belt Conference history.
Definitely a good look for the basketball team here, and you can watch it when the Skyhawks season officially tips on November 8th against the Erie Bayhawks.
But that is all the time we have this week for Mountaineer Sports. Remember to tune in every week at Tuesday at 8 to catch up on the latest in App State sporting news.
And don't forget to follow us on Instagram and on Snapchat at the A Game Sports for daily updates on everything Mountaineers.
We'll see you guys next week on
The A Game.